Hello, so today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. I've done this only one time, like full video. It was for the Valentine's Day look. I didn't get very many views on it, but for the short, it actually worked pretty good. So I decided that I'm bored and I want to do another tutorial again. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I thought, comic book look would probably be nice. It kind of suits the whole Superman thing. I have not yet watched it, but it's giving me that vibe, And I'm a gamer and I've been playing some Fortnite too with all that and seeing it, so it's kind of inspired me. I kind of had this on the list for a while, but it's like, okay, I probably should get to doing it now. But of course, we're starting off with some primer. And I've said this before. This is kind of like, well, by now it's not really that recent anymore, but I've kind of learned to use primer. I got two foundations because one time I ordered a new foundation. It was a little light, like it's literally like white. It's a little too light for my skin, so I kind of use it as a concealer too. But I just mix with two foundations to kind of match it a little more. It's still a little white, but once I add face powder, it somehow blends a little bit. As you can tell, my skin type is very very light, so it works. But also got a new face powder because I use this stuff a lot. I actually have like a lot of makeup. I mean, compared to like some other people, like beauty influencers or whatever, probably not as much. But for me, I feel like it's a lot, especially since like when I was especially when I was younger, I really never wore makeup. But I have. I'll try to show. That's stuff I'm gonna be using, but I also just have this big makeup bag full of like so much makeup. Honestly, I feel like I could have better makeup looks, but makeup, depending on what you get, can be like pricey. So I kind of just use a variety of different stuff from like it ranges from like Dollar Tree to drugstore makeup to Temu makeup to Jeffree Star makeup or MAC or NYX, makeup like that. So it's like a variety. I used to also do BoxyCharm where every month I'd pay $10 or so and get a box full of different makeups for like pretty good prices. But I stopped doing that, but I used to do that for a while and still have some makeup from that too. So it kind of just ranges from a variety of different things. I'd like eventually to invest in better stuff to make better, you know, makeup videos, but in the meantime, I'm just trying to, I guess, show what you can do with some pretty basic stuff. So it's not like you have to go out and buy the most expensive makeup possible. These are pretty much doable with like drugstore makeup or even like Halloween, like grease makeup, maybe. Like, not all of this I'm gonna be using just that, but I do have like a grease makeup palette that I'll be kind of using for part of it, which we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this, but yeah. And also another part of why I really haven't been doing a lot of these kinds of like full videos is because I'm not very good with editing it. Like I'm still trying to figure all this out, like editing and all that stuff. And I know that I probably actually need to invest in better stuff, like even with that. So not even just like makeup and art stuff, but like a better like laptop and editing software because I've been using CapCut, but like on phone, and I don't know if people have to use it just on their phone or if they use it on a laptop or if that even makes a difference at all. But I feel like just editing on the phone is kind of difficult because this is the phone I use. It's tiny, like it's actually pretty tiny, so it's kind of annoying with editing and having to like zoom things in and zoom it out, and it probably doesn't have as much like um varieties for certain things. I actually probably should just be looking up videos, but it does take a lot of time, honestly. I'm really not sure if getting like a MacBook would make a difference for like editing or whatnot, or if I'm just being kind of like picky, but eventually I kind of want to start investing into that stuff too to bring out better quality stuff because I want to try to do better quality things, you know. I'm starting to realize this is kind of part of a passion I have. I like being able to do art and make art videos and video it and try to be creative in the videoing thing in itself. I almost feel like the video editing in itself is kind of like a form of art. So I kind of got some basic makeup done, and now I'm gonna be going in with some eyeliner to be outlining some stuff like the lips and the nose and stuff to give it some comic book effect. I did get a new eyeliner. These ones are just cheap. I got from Dollar Tree, but these eyeliners are kind of dried out, so that's why I did that. And I'm keeping this because I like the wand on it better. Because it's like pointy, so I feel like you have more control. Unlike these ones are kind of like more, it's like a bad brush kind of, so I feel like that won't make it as sharp, and I'm kind of looking for that sharp, clean look, so that's why I do that. And I don't find the use in always, I guess, using expensive makeup for this, because I use eyeliner so much for a lot of my looks that it doesn't really matter. It's just as long as it's dark. So that's kind of the main goal. So I'm just going to switch wands for now, because this one is just not sharp, you know. So we're going to go ahead and do that, just switching it. And they actually go on, so maybe this one might not. Never mind. I'll switch them back though, so it doesn't dry out. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just fast forward this a little bit, maybe. But okay, so now I have that outline. I'm gonna add just a lip, kind of a bold lip color, and use this kind of as like a lip liner, but it will give more of that like comic book vibe. We're gonna be doing a lot of that kind of stuff for this look because it's kind of just like, I guess, what gives it that look. But I was using a bold lip and then going to be using white to kind of make some highlights, so we're gonna do that. Now I'm just gonna let that dry, and I'm probably gonna go back over a little bit just to kind of thicken it so it looks more bold. But in the meantime, before I decide to do that, I'm going to go on the next step and just add some lines. Now I darkened it a little bit, and then inside I'm going to add some other stuff, but I think I kind of want it to look a little bit lighter, so I didn't think it was gonna look this dark, so I need to think of a solution to lighten up this lip. I'll be right back. So I did add grease makeup to it to lighten it up, so it was more of a pain to work with, but I kind of did find a solution for that. Keep fixing it in between, like, clips of the video, but yeah, so I made it work. I kind of made it work, but right now I'm just adding some lines, you know, because like I said before, we're doing a lot of that to kind of give it that comic book effect, because usually when you think of characters, they usually have like a black outline, so that was like the only way I could really kind of think that kind of gives it that comic booky vibe, and I really thought that this was fun, and it was pretty simple too, actually, so I'll have a short that I'll be posting as well that you can follow along. I'm not sure what will be posted first, but yeah, the short will be more of obviously faster content to watch versus watching a 15-minute video. Right now it's at 18. I don't know what's going to be at the end of editing time, but yeah. So I'm just kind of filling in eyebrows and shaping things and adding some lines. You don't obviously have to copy this if you don't want. If you want to kind of make it your own, you can add your own stuff, but that's kind of what I did here. Okay, so as you can see, I decided to put this in my hair, to be honest. I want to have like a little curl. I don't know. I'm thinking of like Superman. This obviously isn't Superman. I'm kind of thinking of something like that for whatever reason. And I'm going to be doing something to my hair, but also I'm getting ready to just kind of put some dots in kind of random areas, kind of like comic style. So I'm just going to go start like this. Honestly, you could use any color really. I'm just using like a magenta and maybe like a blue. That's kind of the two colors I'm probably gonna pick, but honestly, you could turn this and twist it however you want. I'm just kind of giving a basic tutorial on what I'm thinking. So yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, this is kind of just like a cheaper look, and so far it's pretty fun actually. So I don't have a problem with this. Like I said, you could just put the dots where, kind of wherever really, wherever you think it would look good. So I'm kind of just putting them wherever, honestly. But I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this for you guys, and like I said, this was a cheaper look, kinda, but I do plan on maybe doing another one in the future because I had fun with this, but also because I feel like I could do better. Alright, so I kind of want to have like a stripe thing in my hair, since that's kind of the theme. I don't know how well this is gonna work out or wash out. Maybe I shouldn't use that. Maybe I'll go back to the base. But by the way, if you do decide to use this, you don't have to, but I am. It's really not good on your hair. It kind of dries it out. So be aware if you do use like grease makeup in your hair. It's not really recommended. It's not a hair product, but I do. Like I said, it's really not the end of the world. But I know some people are kind of more, like to follow hair care routines. Honestly, I should. I just like to fry my hair and everything. I've dyed it so many times. I've actually been doing pretty good not dyeing it, but it's probably pretty long gone from being as healthy as I would like it to be. So I just go ahead and do it anyway. So that's really a personal preference. Like I said, you don't have to. I just think it would kind of give a different vibe to this look. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And since I have light hair, I'm just gonna use like a yellow after this stripe. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. It's not gonna be the whole thing, obviously, because that would be very difficult to do. But here's kind of the gist. So I'm gonna have a line here. Then I'm gonna take some of my yellow grease makeup and kind of just start putting it in there. So this is gonna take a minute. So I'm gonna do this off camera, and I will be right back with the pencil out of my hair as well. As you can tell, I yet have not taken the pencil out, but I will definitely be getting there. So that's the hair. Honestly, I almost forgot to do the eyes in that one, but I feel like this is still kind of looking low. So I'm just gonna leave this in while I do the eyes. We're gonna do some line stuff with the eye makeup too, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and do something with it. Don't mind me. I'm just looking for an old palette in here, if I could find it. Like I said, I have so much makeup in here. I think I'm gonna go for a green look. It's been a minute. Why not? Let's do it. You know, this eyeshadow palette is actually one I have not used a lot. But the colors are pretty pretty, so I don't know why not. Maybe I'll start using it again. I honestly almost kind of forgot I had it in there. So I'm just gonna go for a green because I need to add. I feel like I just want to add more color, So we'll go in with, I don't really do this, but I'm gonna go in with like a light pink first as like a base color. Just put it all around the eye, and then go in with green, kind of maybe settle the look a little bit. I like to use just like a big brush. Sometimes I use like smaller brush. This used to be like my ultimate favorite, honestly. But ever since I use a bigger brush, I just feel like it just flows out more. I don't know. I just, you just kind of go around and test things. And here I just test and figure out what works better for me. And everybody has their own personal preference. It's so weird. because I just have my eyebrows colored in now. But okay, so I have that. I'm gonna go with light green. Just get it all over the lid like crazy. Do it a few times, you know. Ooh, I like that actually. It's pretty. That I can't. I don't know if you can really tell the lighting. I don't know. I just have so much to learn and figure out with this. Like my lighting is like too bright, but then if it's too low, it's like I'm not. There's not enough color. I don't know how people make good quality things. You know, it's a process. It makes me regret when I was at school not doing like video classes. You know, looking back now, I would have done like some video classes or theater or something, but I have anxiety. So back in school, I didn't want to do anything that I had to like be social, you know, or share with the class. So that kind of held me back, and that's why I'm kind of doing stuff like this because I'm tired of letting my fears hold me back. So I'm just winging it. It's time to stop allowing that to happen. So this is why I'm doing this pretty much, and because I love it. You know, it's things that you don't want your fears to hold you back from doing things that you enjoy. That's not free. It's not being free, and I've realized that. So sometimes you gotta put yourself out there, even if it's uncomfortable. So even if I get made fun of for this, I really do not care. At least if I'm gonna get made fun of, I can do it where it's like behind a screen instead of like face to face. I feel like that kind of makes it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and like. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why I do use pencils because it works. Okay, I know it looks weird. I know it's insane. But straws, pencil, it works. That is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, but this is basically the finished look. This is kind of like a comic book makeup look on a budget. Okay, the lips I feel like I could have done better, but really, in all real reality, I don't have light lipstick, so I had to go over with crease makeup, and it's kind of just ruining everything. You kind of see what I was trying to do, but maybe I'll redo this in the future. But also another thing is I was gonna add white under here with this a white eyeliner, but you know what? I have actually recently came to the conclusion that this under my eyes gives me like it dries out my eyes. So this and it's not expired. I like literally recently got this. So some makeups, especially if it's not good quality, because this was from Dollar Tree, can affect you. So be careful on what you do use. If I had a better quality one, I would have probably done it, but I just did up here. So if you have better makeup, or if you just don't, it works this way too. So if you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.